There is a 99% chance that an earthquake of a magnitude 6.7 or higher will strike the state, according to the California Earthquake Authority. There are two ways you can get coverage: through the state and through private companies.
How expensive is earthquake insurance? I think a lot of people just think it's really expensive.
It depends on the home. It depends on when it was built. It depends on where it is. It depends on factors, also if the house is bolted or not. So all of these things go into the big machine, right? And they come up with that rate.
Insurance expert Carl Sussman says the amount you pay is largely determined by the size of your deductible.
So just give me a ballpark. You have just a regular ranch-style home in the valley, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. What could be a plausible premium that people are paying with what kind of deductible?
Depending on when the home's built, it might be somewhere around $1,500, $2,000. It might have a 10 or 15% deductible.
So for an $800,000 house, your deductible would be between $80,000 and $120,000, which seems to scare a lot of people away.
I've heard people before say, if there was that big of a quake that I met my deductible and my house is gone, there's going to be so much damage that no one's going to be able to rebuild. The insurance companies aren't going to be able to pay everybody. Everybody's just going to look to FEMA anyway for loans. So why am I paying this every month? What do you say to that?
Well, we've seen larger losses from fire than earthquake, that's for sure. And when that happens, there is money to pay. I mean, carriers have spread their risk enough where they're able to pay for their claims. Even State Farm last year, with all their financial woes, was able to step up and pay the claims that they needed to pay from the wildfires.
Sussman says if you really want coverage but think you can't afford it, you do have options.
You can purchase your earthquake insurance a la carte. You can decide how much for the structure, how much for your personal property, how much for you to move out. All of those things are within your control. So you really can make it affordable if you take a little bit of time to check.
If we look at the pros and cons of earthquake insurance, the biggest pro is having money to rebuild and replace your damaged belongings. Coverage also provides for live-out expenses. The cons? Well, there's really just one: expensive rates. According to a report by Policy Genius, about every $100,000 worth of coverage will cost you about $500 to $1,000 in annual premiums.